Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, well, in this video, I'm going to talk about why I think a partition is important. And I'm also going to show you kind of like the first glimpse into the van. I'm going to do a more thorough um, first glimpse, but right now you're going to see a little bit. So, to me, there are three main reasons why a partition wall is important. So I see a fair number of van dwellers that don't have a partition. They might just have a curtain, or they might just not have anything. And I'm going to talk about why I think it's really important to have an actual wall. And there are three main reasons. The first one is going to be for insulation. I'm going to have two pieces of 1-inch polyiso, so that's each one is R6, so combined that's R12. And when it gets cold out, I mean, that really is going to make a difference to keep the heat in. With all the glass in the front area here, this is all the heat comes in, or all the cold comes in, whatever season it is. The glass is just goes right through. So to me, it's really important to isolate the driving area from the back for insulation and temperature regulation. Alright guys, well, here is the beginning of my partition wall. So this is just Luan. This is the same as this. Not too thick. I think, what is that, 3/16? Definitely not bigger than an eighth, smaller than a quarter. I don't really know the imperial system that well. I think it's 3/16. So what I'm doing here is I have this plywood that is 2 inches thick, like this way, in depth, or whatever you want to call it. And that's because I'm putting two of these polyiso things for insulation in between here to here. So that should serve to give me lots of insulation. Now, once the insulation is in, I'm just going to pressure fit it. I'm going to measure it out and then pressure fit it in. I've done that in the past and it's fine. Don't need to glue it. And then once that's in, I'm going to just put some tongue and groove pine across. That's why I had to make these so thick, because I need something to screw into. It's just plywood. I got a lot of plywood, so I'm using it. So that's the beginning of the partition wall. I got some wood chips out of here, but I like the way this curve turned out. I'll show you the other side too. Now, the second reason I'm going to say that partition is really important is for privacy. When you have a wall that is like solid, there's not a chance of any light getting through if you build it properly. And you know, if your van is your home, you want to be able to hang out in it without having any concerns of people going, oh, there's someone back there, what's he doing? So privacy is really important, and having no light come out, really important. And it does, if it's a thick enough wall, it even eliminates some of the noise from the outside, but really, not really, because the noise is just going to come through your roof vent anyway. It might diminish it a little bit, but it's going to come in, so. Okay, so here you can see the partition on the other side, or at least this section of it. And as you can see, I used a nice 2x4. That's a cedar 2x4, and I'm using part of it for this partition piece, and the other part is keeping my bed straight. I'll have to show you that in another video. Anyway, so I just got that screwed right in, and some nice lines here. Turned out okay, I think. And of course, I still gotta do the door, and I still have to do all this side up here, but that's the beginning of it anyway. So a third reason why a partition wall is important is somewhat related to privacy, but kind of different. It's stealth. If you have, like how I kind of had in my old van, like a hippie blanket on the back as a partition thing, anybody who's kind of tuned into people that live in their vans, they're going to say, somebody's living in there. So if you have, like the best one in a way is those metal, from Adrian Steel, whatever it is, those metal partitions. They're most people see those and they think, oh, construction van. But if you have something with a door, and especially if you paint, like ideally I would paint this wood gray to kind of give it that construction vibe, but I'm going to use a different color other than gray, and I'll have to keep you in anticipation what that color will be, but it will be just fine and dandy. Now, a fourth reason I just thought of that partition wall is better than something like a curtain is because it's solid, and you have wood that you can actually attach stuff to. You can put shelves, you can put heater, you can put, hang a guitar or whatever, and you can't really do that with a curtain. If it's just a flimsy curtain, you're not going to be able to hang your heater on there. So I guess that's 4 reasons. Alright guys, well there you have it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night.